Hello, my name is Christopher, aka the ADHD Kid, and welcome to my first ever long-form review on YouTube. Now, in today's video, I will be reviewing this guy. This is the SH Figuarts Monkey D. Luffy Raid on Onigashima edition. This was my first SH Figuarts. Well, kinda. I'll get into that more later, though. Now, since this is my first ever review, I want to go a little into how I will be reviewing this guy. So, first things first, I will go over the details and possible QC issues that the figure has. And after that, I will go over the accessories, after that, posability, size comparisons, and finally, what I think about the figure itself. So, let's get on to the details. So, the painting and sculpting here is actually not that bad. I mean, yeah, it's SH Figuarts. What do you really expect? However, the QC issues that this guy has, he is notoriously bad when it comes to QC issues. For example, these legs, they are just floppy all around. My copy, not so much. I think this is a reissue copy. I'm not so sure. If you want to see what a definite first release copy is, well, this guy is very busted up. He is in shambles. One of his shoulders broke, his legs were loose as hell. The works. I'll go over that a little bit later, I think. Maybe not. But, yeah. This guy doesn't really have that many QC issues. There is a scuff mark there, but that is completely my own fault. I used pliers to try and separate that piece and that piece to get some lubricant in that joint. All the joints on mine are very smooth, thanks to me lubricating almost every single one of them, but I did not lubricate the wrist pegs. So they are probably, yeah, they are pretty squeaky. The ankle joints, was it this one? Oh, of course it doesn't want to squeak when I'm recording. Very nice, that. Very, very just nice. That, yep. If I can just stand him up again. So, yeah, he is notoriously bad when it comes to QC, but if you have a good copy like I do, he is pretty damn fun. Also, some of the design choices are questionable. For instance, there is no thigh swivel, but there is a sort of knee-ish swivel. I guess you could call this a thigh swivel, or mid-thigh swivel. I don't know. Whatever. And these knee joints, these parts you can just forget about. The knees go way more, get way more range if you just remove these, which I have in the past. I have just given up using those, so let's just do that for the rest of this review. But yeah, detail-wise, he is amazing. He is spot on. Of course, the faces could have been better, but the Romance Dawn Luffy has way better faces, so you could just use those. Anyway, now, on to posability. My bad, y'all, I completely forgot I said accessories first. So, in total, he comes with 2 hairs, 3 pairs of hands, and 4 faceplates. He comes with hatless hair, hat hair, fists, chopping/gear hands, slightly resting hands, cupping hands, grabbing hands, I don't know. And for faces, he comes with stern resting, worst smiling face in the entirety of SH Figuarts, anime-wise at least, gritting teeth, and surprised face, / flabbergasted as I like to call it. I mean, just look at how surprised he be. Anyway, if you want to see them on the figure, well, here you go! Here he is with his hatless hair and smiling face. Here he is posed up with his gritting teeth face. He about to punch you. And here he is when he learned what the SH Figuarts Demon Slayer figures cost. Like, why? Why? Here he is with his relaxed hands on. Here he is with his chopping hands on. And as you can see, He's telling you that shit was that big. Isn't that impressive, guys? And well, that's all well and good. He has accessories, but what's accessories without articulation to actually utilize it? So let's get into that, shall we? His head is on a dumbbell joint, which means that, in case you don't know what a dumbbell joint is actually, here is the torso from my first Luffy. And as you can see, that is a dumbbell joint. It's basically just two ball joints connected with a rod in the middle. This gives it it popped off. That gives it a lot of range. Sorry if it's a bit blurry, this camera's autofocus just won't. Don't know how well you can see that. That's a dumbbell joint. So anyway, head gets very good range, side to side, can look up that far, and look down that far, and in combination with the neck itself, can look down that far, and look up that far. Just, I'm not using this piece, however. It limits the articulation a little bit, and it's annoying to put on. You can get decent side to side. Now for the arms, they have quite the weird joint, if you'll give me a moment. So, I grabbed the shoulder joint from my old Luffy. This is how it looks. It has a rotation at the base with two hinges. This is also the part that broke on my old one. This part cracked. So, yeah, it was pretty fragile, and it was pretty goddamn depressing as well, because I had only had it for about an hour. Anyway, that gives it that much outward movement, that much movement backwards, forwards. You can go all the way around, and even without a butterfly joint, he gets some of the best arm range I have seen on an SH figuarts. This is the same on Romance Dawn Luffy, by the way. He has the same amount of arm range, if not more. Anyway, he also has a bicep swivel. His elbow joints can go that far in. Also, the entire One Piece line, for some reason, always has single-jointed elbows and knees. I don't know why. He has a standard issue import style of wrist peg, which means a rotation at the base with a hinge and a rotation at the hand itself, hand or fist. You choose. His ab crunch is 3 ball joints. One at the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. Yes, that middle joint is a ball joint. How I know this? Well, I used pliers to kind of rotate it. Oh, well, that's much easier now. If I rotate it, and maybe even, oh, yeah, there you go. Kind of not what I wanted to do, but nice that I could do it. That gives him this much crunch forward, and this much crunch backward. Pretty good. Also, be careful where you position the waist when moving the legs, because if you're not careful, it can. Well, that's not what I wanted to happen. It can pop off like that. That is just one of the many fun decisions Bandai made. Okay, I got him back together. Now, his sash is on a rotation. This sash is a bit loose on mine. I should probably fix that. The legs go forward that far, and, go back that far, and they go out that far. And a wise toy reviewer once said, beautiful spread. Yeah. He has, wait a second, he has a ball joint here, which I already mentioned, and his legs can go that far, can get about 90 or more degrees of knee bend. Although you can get more if you position the upper joint there in a, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. If you position it correctly, you can get a little more. And then his, oh dang, and then his ankle joints are on a similar joint to his wrists, that being a rotation at the base, hinge joint, and a rotation at the foot. That gives him very good pivot. And finally, he has a toe joint. Very normal, however, this one is pretty cool because his sandal is not connected to his foot. And I think that's just about it for posability. I will now put some old poses on screen that I have done with this figure. So, here you go! I believe it's time for size comparisons. But first, he stands at around 14.5 centimeters. In inches, I don't know what that would be. I'll put it on screen right now. You can read, right? I hope so. Anyway, here he is next to the Daima Adult Goku, if I can stand him up. There you go. Here he is next to Romance Dawn Shanks. Here he is next to Romance Dawn Roronoa Zoro. Here he is next to the much more superior SH Figuarts Luffy. Just saying, I would compare him to Gear 5, but I do not want to take it out of the pose that I have him in. Just know that he is around the same height as the two figures you see in front of you. And for some funsies, let's see how he compares to a normal Lego minifigure. Very cool. And while we're at it, let's grab a normal Blockies Transformers figure as well, in case you have that. Very cool. Luffy is a 1/12 figure, so he will scale with any and all 1/12 figures in your collection. That being Dragon Ball, other One Piece figures, Naruto, the works. Maybe Marvel Legends, but not DC Multiverses, because we all know that line is pretty dog shit either way. Anyway, final thoughts on this figure. Let's get into that. So, overall, I'd say that this figure is pretty damn good. He's a $35 figure. You can find him at your local Walmarts or Target, I think. And, well, for what he comes with, I'd say he's pretty much worth the price. Especially if you get lucky and get one that's this good. However, he does have a lot of problems, and I'm gonna be honest with you, during this recording, he did piss me off quite a lot. So I cannot give him a higher score than a 6.5 out of 10. I would still recommend him, though, especially if you have this guy as well. Review coming soon, or when I get to it at least. But yeah, I think that's about it. Also, in case you want to see what the absolute state of my first one is, well, there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. Also, I want to tell you that I do have a Discord server. Links in my bio. Join if you want. Don't if you don't. I don't really care. Anyways, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day and or night, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Finally wrapped up that recording. Get this out of here now. See y'all next time.